Welcome to Loving Me Fiercely, the podcast where we embark on a powerful journey to self-love and unapologetic authenticity. I'm Shealyn, your guide to discovering the tips, tools, and inspiration you need to embrace yourself fully and fiercely. Here, we'll dive into the challenges, triumphs, and transformative practices that help us build a foundation of self-worth and confidence. Whether you're just beginning or deepening your self-love journey, this space is for you. Let's rise together and learn to love ourselves fiercely because you are worth it. Today's episode is one I believe every single person needs to hear because it's not just about coaching. It's about hope. It's about transformation. It's about finally saying, I matter and I'm ready to live like it. While today's episode may be more focused on women, I promise it will be impactful and applicable to anyone listening. Today's episode is titled, What is a Life Coach? And Could It Change Your Life? Let's talk about the truth. Let me ask you a question, and I want you to pause and really think about it before you answer. When was the last time you felt truly alive in your own life? Not just surviving, not just performing, but truly, soul deep, heart wide open, alive. If that question stings a little, you're not alone. Because too many of us have learned to numb instead of feel, to push instead of pause, to pretend we're fine instead of admit we're drowning. And that's where life coaching comes in. Not as a fix, not as a bandage, but as a sacred space to return to yourself. Because here's the truth. A life coach doesn't give you the answers. A life coach helps you unearth your own answers. What is a life coach? Let's start at the beginning because honestly, I've heard it all. Wait, what even is a life coach? Is that like a therapist? Is it just someone who gives advice or motivational speeches? Isn't life coaching just a paid friendship? Let me lovingly clear the air and then burn an old image down. A life coach is not a cheerleader. We are not therapists. We are not advice givers or clipboard carrying goal shouters telling you to just stay positive. And we are definitely not here to fix you because you are not broken. A life coach is a mirror, a mindset midwife, a transformation partner, and a guide. We walk with you, not ahead, not behind, but side by side as you peel back the layers of self-doubt, fear, old programming, people-pleasing, and burnout, and begin to rebuild your life from the inside out. We will help you gain clarity. We will hold space for both your pain and your wildest dreams. We lovingly challenge the inner narratives that have kept you small. We help you bridge the gap between who you are now and who you were always meant to be. But more than anything, we help you see the truth of what's already within you. We don't just talk about action. We go deeper. We get to the root. Because what's the point of chasing new results if the same old identity keeps sabotaging them? Life coaching is about transformation at an identity level. It's about returning to yourself, reclaiming your power, and rewriting the story that's been writing you. The mindset shift that changes everything. Here's where it gets real. Most people don't need more information. They need permission to believe differently about themselves. That's the power of coaching. It's not just about giving you steps. It's about shifting your state. From shame to self-worth. From confusion to clarity, from helplessness to powerful choice. When you begin coaching, one of the first shifts you'll experience is this. I am not my past. I am not stuck. I am not broken. You start to realize that the thoughts you have believed for years, like I am not good enough, I am behind, I am always a mess, I mess things up, I am too much, and so on, they just aren't truth. They're programming. And that programming can be rewritten, not by faking it, not by passing it, but by meeting it with radical honesty, deep compassion, and the tools to rebuild. That's what coaching offers, a chance to interrupt the inner narrative and write a new one. Who needs a coach? You might be wondering, okay, but do I really need a coach? Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt stuck in a loop, doing all the right things, but still feeling unsatisfied? Do you constantly second guess yourself? Have you achieved success on the outside but still feel empty inside? Have you lost yourself in motherhood, in marriage, or in obligation? Do you feel like there's a life whispering to you, but you don't know how to reach it? If you said yes to any of those, coaching isn't just for you. It's a gift for your future self. It's already thanking you for. Coaching is deeply personal to me, and I'm going to tell you why. I became a coach not because I had all the answers, but because I once sat in a dark and desperately needed space and someone to believe in me. I once sat in a dark and Oh, hello. Why coaching is deeply personal to me. I became a coach not because I had all the answers, but because I once sat in the dark and desperately needed someone to believe in me when I couldn't. There was a time when I felt like I was disappearing in my own life, smiling on the outside, screaming on the inside, fulfilling every role possible, wife, mother, friend, sister, daughter, but feeling like I had lost myself. And I remember the moment it shifted. Not when someone told me what to do, but when someone looked me in the eyes and said, "You are not the problem. The way you've been taught to see yourself is." That single conversation began my unraveling and my rebuilding. That is the power of coaching. It is not about changing who you are. It's about coming home to who you've always been. Coaching plus self-love equals everything. Here's the connection that changed my life. You can't live a life you love while secretly believing you're unworthy of it. And yet, that's what so many women are doing right now. We're building businesses, raising children, and chasing goals, with inner voices whispering, "You're not enough. You don't deserve this. Who do you think you are?" That's why coaching and self-love are inseparable. Because every powerful transformation starts with the truth. You are worthy. Not because you achieved something, not because you've done everything right, not because you're fit, healthy, or successful, but simply because you exist. Every goal, every vision, every dream becomes possible when you anchor into that. That is what coaching gives you, the space to reconnect to your worth and the strategies to build from it. Final thoughts. Are you ready? If this episode stirred something in you, trust that. You are not behind. You are not too broken. You are not too late. You are exactly where you're meant to be, at the beginning of a braver, bolder chapter. And coaching can be the hand that helps you turn the page. So, I'll leave this with you. You deserve a life that feels like you. You deserve to rise. You deserve to be loved by others and by yourself. Thank you for joining me on on Loving Me Fiercely. If this episode resonated with you, I invite you to share it with a friend, leave a review, or message me on Instagram or Facebook at Loving Me Fiercely. I'd love to hear your story. And if you're ready to explore what coaching could look like in your life, schedule your free clarity call at lovingmefiercely.com. I'd be honored to walk alongside you, because real transformation begins with saying yes to yourself. Remember, you were never meant to just survive this life. You were born to love it. And always remember to love yourself fiercely and treat yourself like someone you love. Until next time, I'm Shealyn Segler, signing off with love, purpose, and fierce belief in who you're becoming.